today, fellas, we have Mr. Number One here, Klaus. So first of all, congratulations for finishing number one in the world. That's a huge achievement. Today, we're gonna be trying to see kind of what are your secrets. How does a random person become the first number one player in the world? What are your tips and tricks? So I kind of wanted to start maybe by walking us through what is a day like in the Mr. Number One in the world. What do? Do you eat like a certain cereal? Do you eat protein? What is it?
No. Like I'm like a normal person. Like I wake up, I go to school, I come home, I study, I play, I go to sleep, I do sports. So there's like
so pretty balanced life. How many hours do you think you play on an average basis to get this far? Because I think you reach like 6.5k, which from what I've seen is like twice as much as like a top 10 player or something, or a top 15, which is pretty incredible.
So there were like different moments throughout the season. In the beginning I had to play a lot because there was like a 4-day window where the system was way easier than at the end. So people could get like +6 or -6, or like I don't remember how much it was. But the issue was that it was only me, Kuzgun, and Seizi who pushed that high. Like we had like a huge trophy lead.
You took an early lead when you seized that opportunity. You knew you could like really get a huge trophy difference with the rest of the players, so you took it.
Yeah,
is that right?
The issue is that Seizi had like 4,000 trophies, and me and Kuzgun, we had like 3,200, which is 800 difference. And in the old trophy system, it would not be that hard to push back, to close the gap. But in the new one, when we start getting +4 and -13 for anyone who's below us, it is absolutely insane because you can imagine that like 800 trophies is 200 like wins, like 200 clean wins. That's the issue, all right?
So how many in average? What would you say your hours spent? Would you say like an hour or 2, 3?
In the first 2 weeks, I played like 8 to 10 hours a day.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot of dedication. And as the season went by and you saw your lead increase, what would you say was the time? Because
so when I outpushed Seizi, I was like, I don't need to play anymore. Like I don't need to play that much anymore because because he's not playing as well.
The gap was just too big, and you were like, I can now chill and relax.
Yeah, like so I closed the gap, 800 trophies, and then I did my own gap of like 300 trophies.
Yeah.
And then after that, I realized I can chill. But at the end, there's a guy called Kuzgun, and he also started pushing, and I got really scared when in a week he pushed 1,000 trophies, and it really got me thinking like, wow, I need to play again.
Okay. All right. So a lot of work. We'll get to it, but the ladder, you can see that it's, the win streaks really give you guys an important lead, and it kind of explains this huge trophy gap. So you guys took the opportunity, understood what was happening with ladder, and you went for number one. All right, moving on now. What were the main decks that you used? There is definitely BK. That was probably one of your most solid picks, I would say. Archer Queen, Shield Maiden. What were your go-to heroes for this season?
So like based on the gizmo rotations we had in the first week, I played AQ, and like there was like a main counter which was Shield Maiden. But sometimes you could clutch it up with a sauna. And like I was winning most of Shield Maidens on my first week, but like on the next rotations, Shield Maiden wasn't viable, so I have played BK, and I pushed a lot of trophies with that as well because BK is one of my favorites.
Which gizmo went really well with Shield Maiden? Made Shield Maiden viable?
No, like when Archer Queen is viable, Shield Maiden is also
viable. Of course.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
like it's like the anti-meta deck. Yeah. So yeah.
So what were your like top three? Would you say? I mean, it really depended on the gizmo rotation, but in general, what were your
So my
go-to
current
decks?
monk deck that I'm using was my third favorite. My second favorite was the Archer
So
Queen.
this monk deck.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine. Okay.
It was really good with pump and stuff. Like on the pump gizmo rotation. So.
Yeah.
And it was BK who was the top deck because I love playing BK with Dark Goblin. It's really fun to play.
It's just oof, what a deck. Like just the Dark Goblin BK is definitely one of the strongest synergies, and Mini P.E.K.K.A. I gotta be honest. Oof. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is just very, very scary. I played against him in competitive Clash Mini. It was just very painful because it would basically do like
even right now it's deleting everything.
Ooh, wow. And it would just cancel out like the Shield Maiden, for example. I played a Shield Maiden against BK, and my Shield Maiden literally would have rounds where it wouldn't get one ultimate ability, which is really frustrating. But so yeah, BK, you played this monk deck?
Yeah.
And what else?
Queen.
Archer Queen, definitely Archer Queen. When you saw a training camp, you were like, all right, let's get the synergy combo.
Because even with Archer Queen, if she gets pulled under the training camp, she's still good.
Yeah, because she costs invincibility, and it's just like it kind of ends up backfiring. So yeah. I mean, you really just understood, and if we're moving on to the gizmo rotation, how to like which heroes do you want to play? You kind of look at, all right, for example, this week, well, there's the training camp. So what am I going to expect? Probably Archer Queen. So what's a great counter to Archer Queen? Shield Maiden. It's kind of this simple like just understanding the game, the meta, and just capitalize on it. And so yeah, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I kind of want to ask you, because the gap between the first player in the world and like I think it was like top 10 or something is so like huge. Like we're talking about you having twice as much as the like a top 10 player in the world, which is pretty incredible. What are your thoughts on matchmaking overall, or like the ladder system?
So currently, we can't really judge like from what I had, because we had like an advantage, like a huge advantage. Like in the first 4 days, we could push like 2,000 trophies.
Yeah.
And but like now, I think it's pretty balanced. I would say. I don't know. Like I wouldn't say it's really balanced as in season 4, but I still think it's pretty good. That's I like it. Like if everything was fair from the start, like it is right now, it is like pretty balanced, like pretty skill based. Way more skill based than time based, at least. Oh yeah.
I was saying, what do you think win streaks are responsible for a unhealthy trophy inflation?
I think currently not that much, because like compared to the trophies, yes, like definitely, like I can have like 6,000 trophies, and like if there were no streaks, I would have been like at 3K or like at 4K maybe maximum, right? But if you compare it like to other players, if you're a good player, you can streak a lot. And like if I do a 60 win streak, and then my opponent also has like time to play, he also, like, if he's good, he can do like a 60 win streak as well. So like I don't really see like a thing. Yeah, but like trophies are definitely going to increase, but if you compare it to the ladder, like how many trophies people have in general, like I mean, like the top, like comparing like top 1 to top 2, like I wouldn't say it matters that much.
Okay. All right. Any thoughts on what Clash Mini could do to make the ladder system even better, even more balanced, in your opinion?
Oh yeah, like I have an idea, but it's only gonna work in the global when you're gonna have like way more players. Because like, so if I'm at 3,000 trophies, I can like face anybody from like 2,700 until like 3,300.
Oh,
like, somewhere in your trophy range.
You're saying once the player base, Abdud mentioned it to me on Twitter. Once the player base will be bigger, then the matchmaking will be there'll be a world where you can have a matchmaking which is relatively close to your trophy range, whereas right now Clash Mini don't really want people to wait too much on matchmaking, so they kind of have like you can face anyone, so that the queue time are really short. So,
so like for example, as a 6,500, I do not want to face people who are like 1,200, like who just reached Legendary League.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on removing. So on Frame, on the stage channel, Frame mentioned that they were looking to reduce RNG, and people suspected that it would be removing rerolls. What do you think about that? Are you in favor, against removing rerolls?
I think anybody who likes this game would actually prefer the game without rerolls. Because it actually makes the game way less RNG, but I just don't understand. Like, I don't know how they're gonna implement that, but you know, if they can, for sure, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah,
like I'd love to have it.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, if they weren't to remove gizmos, they would probably remove, I guess, sacrificing, in a way. Well, I mean, it's I've thought about it, and it's a very complicated issue to address, because if you remove rerolls and you keep sacrifice, then people could just like sacrifice to whatever mini they want. Well, but would that be something they would be looking to do? It's a very interesting subject, and I'm really wondering what they're going to do in the next big update regarding this huge gameplay change. So yeah, very much looking forward to it, but a difficult task ahead for sure. I guess lastly, if you want to end this, what would your advice be to anyone wanting to be number one player? What is there anything in particular that you've learned along your journey to become number one that you might want to give to new players or competitive players out there?
So if you're having a lose streak more than 3, just stop playing, you know, like so if you get for example, like I had to switch decks throughout the season. And like when I noticed that I keep losing too much, like 3 games, I was like, because if I lose 3 games, it takes away like half an hour of my day. So you know, it's like I could do something more productive. So I'd rather like just chill, like quit the game, go outside, like have fun with your friends, and then
touch grass. Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's a very solid argument. Just you know, you've taken 2 or 3 L's, and maybe mentally you're not in the best shape, so take a break. So yeah, I guess it's a pretty straightforward tip, but it really works. But thank you so much again, Klaus, for giving us your tips and tricks to your journey, how you became a number 1 player in Clash Mini. So for once again, congratulations. And thank you. And thanks so much for tuning into my channel. Yeah,
thanks so much for having me on your channel. I am more than glad to be the guest on your next videos if I do something cooler, you know.
All right.
I'm planning to get 3 number 1s in a row, like this season, like last season, this season, next season as well.
Damn. All right. That's, I mean, all right. Good luck, man. Good luck.
Thank you so much, bro.